Javed arrived in Canada in the season of falling leaves. From his son's window, the world was a quiet symphony of gray and damp gold. He remembered the riot of color in his market back home, the scent of saffron and cumin, the loud, joyful haggling. Here, the silence was as heavy as the low-hanging clouds. His son, Amir, and his family spoke in rivers of English, a language Javed had only ever sipped. They would smile at him, and his granddaughter Layla would show him her drawings, but the words that connected them were lost in translation. He would nod and smile back, a lonely island in an ocean of conversation. One morning, he found a forgotten patch of earth behind the neat lawn. His hands, which had known the soil of his homeland for 70 years, began to work. He pulled weeds and turned the damp, cold earth, feeling the first flicker of purpose since he had arrived. Amir took him to a store for seeds. It was a vast, clean place that smelled of plastic, not earth. There were no familiar names on the colorful packets. He felt a pang of loss for the sun-dried seeds he'd left behind. In the end, he chose a small packet of radishes, their cheerful red picture, a small promise of life. Then the snow came. It fell silently, blanketing the world in a soft, cold white. Javed had never seen such a thing. It was beautiful, but it was a beauty that felt like an ending. He watched from the window as his small patch of earth, his tiny piece of home, disappeared. The winter was long, and the sun was a shy visitor. The world outside the window was frozen and still. Javed felt the cold seep into his bones, a quiet ache that mirrored the one in his heart. He sat in his chair, the silence of the house growing louder each day. One afternoon, Layla came to him. She held a steaming mug in her small hands. "Chai," she said, her pronunciation clumsy but full of care. It was the first word she had spoken to him in his own tongue. For a moment, the warmth of the mug felt like the sun. The days grew longer, and the snow began to retreat, leaving the world wet and new. Javed went to his garden patch, his heart heavy with doubt. And there, pushing through the cold, dark soil, was a single, determined spear of green. He tended to the sprouts as if they were jewels. Soon, a small line of green stood bravely in the yard. Layla would watch him, her curiosity a quiet comfort. When the time came, he pulled the first radish. It was small and vividly red. He washed it under the cold tap and offered it to her. She took a bite, and her eyes went wide at the sharp, peppery taste. She wrinkled her nose, then broke into a wide, bright smile. Javed smiled back. It was not the sun of his homeland, but it was a warmth all its own. In the shared taste of the earth, he felt a single, sturdy root begin to grow in this new, cold ground.